Hi and welcome back to this series of tutorials on setting a text to music. Now my last video failed because I ran out of space, but what I've done is I've basically since the last video added the inner parts for this line here, and just a little bit of rhythm in it. Obviously we don't want just crotchets all the way through, but very simple. So we've got the diminished seventh chord here, so just A, E flat, F sharp, C, and then resolving to G minor first inversion, so B flat, D, G, D up there. And it's nice, the string parts are normally just doing what the vocal parts are doing, except for some of the repeated notes, for example here, are held or made longer. But here it's actually nice to build the tension to have held strings here, so I've kept with that. And I'll just put that mezzo piano to sort of build it up. So mezzo piano, then piano, and then this will be loud or MF. Let's just put F in for the moment. And what I've done here is, so we've built it up by going from G minor then to a G major first inversion, which is kind of like a dominant seventh first inversion, because then we're moving on to, although it hasn't got any F's in it, so it's just G major first inversion, and then we're moving through a cadence onto C. And what I went for here, the text is now in mortis, which means in death, and what I'm going to do is repeat this a few times. So the first repetition I'm going up, so ascending up here, and then the next lot will be descending, because remember we started on an A back here for this section of the text, and we've built it up through sequences, B flat to C to D, and then I just want to sort of race on up in this for this text, and then come all the way down. And when we come down, we're going to be on a pedal, so this will be a dominant pedal, and we'll have some kind of fast circular fifths or something over that, coming back to F. And then we'll finish this text by having just an instrumental part, and then we'll move back to B flat. And the reason for that, I think I mentioned in the last video, there's no repetition of the text Ave Verum Corpus in this, but I want a repetition because I'm just thinking of sonata form, just giving it a bit of structure. And although it's not a recapitulation, it's just nice to revisit. If you're going back to the tonic of B flat, it'd be nice to reconnect with the first thing that you did in B flat, i.e. the Ave Verum text at the start. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to B flat, we're going to do that, we're going to repeat the Ave Verum Corpus text, and then we'll need to look at the remaining text. Right, so sorry, that's thinking far ahead. So what I've done here is I've just, because the soprano line's going up, I followed it in the bass in sixths, and so we've got sixths ascending, so first inversion chords ascending, and then up to the C major chord. And I've put the text in as well, except for this one. So more this, okay. Okay, so what we want to do here is, I said we want to come down. This is crotchets ascending. We can have maybe minims coming down. So we're now we'll have gone back to F major by this point. So let's put that in the bass. Just thinking it's going to be very tight if we're on this C. So we said that we're going to hold this C through. It's going to be very tight in terms of the spacing if that note is held into this bar, because we'll have C and B flat, and we need to fit two other parts in. It's possible. Let's try for effect just moving this down an octave, and then we can just hold this. When I say hold it, I mean take account of the syllables and the text, obviously. So let's put another mortis in there, more, and then semi-breve there, held, and then tis at the end here. So let's just go to that and tis. Good. Now we don't want the soprano just doing this all the way down, that's just too obvious. We'll just have some nice little ornamentation around that. Something like some rhythm in, and then we just copy that over to here because that's just a sequence. And in terms of the text, in more this, in more this. Good, right. So in terms of the inner parts, just need to fill in the harmonies here. So C major, so G minor we want here. F and then dominant seventh, so just have a think, sorry, I'm just having a think about this one. So we want to go on to G minor here, so let's add that appoggiatura in there. And we can add a suspension here. So we've got here so this is effectively D, D7, so dominant seventh in G minor, so D, D, F sharp, and the A there as well, on this dominant pedal of C, which will eventually go down or up to F. So here we've got this appoggiatura here, so this is now going to be in effect on G minor first inversion if we forget the dominant pedal, and then this suspension moving down to the B flat, so we've got B flat, G and D there. And then this one is now, this is now C7 after G minor, C, and then off to F. Oops. Let's put an appoggiatura in there like we've done here. And I think we can repeat that now, that rhythmic idea here. Good, yeah. Right, let me just put in the alto line and then I think we'll finish it there. We'll have a play of it, and then we'll put the string section in the next video. Right, so we want to move on to, right, let's just copy this, rhythm's good. So that goes down to F major, which is good. And here we need to finish it up. We can do D, E natural, and then F. Oops, F. There we go. Right. So what we'll do next time is we'll put the text in, and but it will be mainly in mortis. Have a go at it and see if you agree with what I've done. And we'll put the string section in as well. Great. So let's have a quick listen. Great, so please do subscribe and comment if you've got any questions, and I'll speak to you soon.